Hello, everybody. Welcome back up here, and hopefully you have a nice, like getting on that energies from yesterday. What you should do, what you should be getting at, and so on and so on. But today's energy is gonna be shifting you. Let's talk. And with that energy, because the moon it's gonna be moving into Capricorn. She's going to be opposing Mars and squares the south and the north node. This is going to be that pressures, those kind of like a pressures that you are feeling into this, what it's called the war room. Let me a little bit explain what I mean by room, what I'm talking about in there. That is one of all the managers of the companies or people who are gathering and so on, and they have to discuss a very important matter. And today, you see that that matter, it was like, what is it the duality? What is it this? Why not moving forward? Why not this is process? Why the deadline is, we're going to missing deadline? You're going to be feeling all over the place those energies. And as that has been said, you may feel pressure from all over the place. One of the pressures that's going to be from you're not going where you're going, which is that's what Aries, the North Node is, and God is Chiron in there. But at the same time, we have a Mars that is at the Cancer situations at family. Remember that the Cancer is two things ahead and one back. That is a one of you making two steps, but maybe you went too far, so you have to go back one step. Revise what you are doing. Revise the things that you've been going through. Then we have the South Node that is at Libra, talking about the past relationships, the shadow work in there because it's still with the Mean Lilith for. And now we have the Moon entering Capricorn. We're talking about all this. It's asking for a cardinal problem to be cardinally resolved, but it cannot be resolved. And the reason cannot be resolved is because certain work was not done. And this is going to be feeling like you are delayed. There is a pressures. There is a push. Be mindful about work, particularly I'm talking about, and all the relating things, because starting from your own self, where are you going? There is the issue at the family, there is the issue in the relationships, and now there is issues at work. And you're like, oh my God, what should I do? Well, put everything inside of you for it, and everyone serves to you. Your compassion, your love, your madness, your anger, everything works for you. Can you invite all the guys into a coffee shop and it's like, okay, guys, what do we have? What are we getting here? And picture yourself that all your sub-self within yourself, all those characteristics, like your warrior, your intuitions, your communications, and so on. You gather all this and tell them, okay, can you guys working for me? And that energy in there is going to be ruling the day. You're going to be able to see it. You agree on something, then there is new information comes in, then the energies has changed, then the divine is stepping in, then again you going into the problem, and then again there is a shift, there is a things, and then you again facing the problem from a different directions. So stay here, stay tuned, and I want to hour by hour, it's coming in towards you. All right, here is a 7 o'clock. As you see it, the moon is down here. She's in the first degree of Capricorn. We are having this square right here towards the North Node and Neptune. and we have a Mars right in here, and we're focused on this north node. Now that the sun is squaring Mercury, that's what the things not working, things are stagnant, things are not growing, so on. Saturn, it says like, wait until the things line up. Right now is not the moment. You're gonna facing all kind of like issues. This could be areas of life all over the place. But as you waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, kids like, what is this? This is one of those days that you should stay home in a bed and don't even show up. Okay? Usually, whatever it touch, nothing works. Whatever it said, nothing works. And with this being said, that energy at 8 o'clock, as I was talking about the opening right here, Mars that is at the Cancer, and the moon that is opposing. So the moon is opposing its own energies in Cancer. She sees that, oh, well, the job is important. But how are we going to be doing this? You need to communicate. Mercury is going to be through the communications in there, is going to be resolving the conflict within there. And this is why it's crucial. What are you going to tell yourself? Because there's going to be some people with all this pressure going around and going from one person to another person. You're probably going to be monitoring a lot of people just like, no, it's not the time right now. I don't want to talk about it. Then you see the next person, like in that meeting, it just this is total, right? That's what we're talking about. And you're like, okay, well, what's going on? This person doesn't listen to me. That person doesn't want to talk to me. This person never said this. This person never said that. Right? You can get this kind of like energies on the base of the past. While when you look at it within yourself, is like, what did I'm dealing with here? I'm dealing with a cardinal problem. And the only way I can find the solutions in there, it is about to communicate. Communicate properly. Leave the anger, leave this, let's sit down and have a talk. So for you, if it's on a personal level in there for you, my best advice is invite all this within yourself. Go out for a coffee and take this little time to put all this within you. And what I mean, put all this within you is like, okay, if you do this, cardinal changes, what I'm going to happen? If I get through this, what's going to happen? Because you're seeking for a solution. And a solution is only coming through what? Through proper communications. But if you're too much within the warrior energies, if you're too much within these emotions, if you're too much, those managers, they are pushing for the deadlines passed in there, guess what's happening? All that stress that they have within them, it's passing into you. Now, that pressure, you can kind of like, I don't want to deal with it. You go back home, and here is this Mars in there. It's like, I have issues with this because of the work and so on and so on, while the family situations is all in turmoil. And now look at it yourself. What do you need to do? Put the pieces together. Put the pieces together. Invite all this sub-selves of intuition, of a warrior, of a growth, of what you're suppressing, the authority that it's going to be. Getting it together. And that pressure, it is, the diamond is built under this pressure. And now it's that diamond. You are the project of this. You are the diamond. Because after this work is done, you're going to be the most happiest thing. Because right now in the next hour, which is going to be at 9 o'clock, you are going to be fighting with this for a reason. What is the reason? That is the divine love that is opening towards you. You're going to be seeing it, those energies later on. But currently, you're dealing with the stuff that he has to be dealing long time ago. And what I mean by a long time ago, it is, and everything that is connecting right here, that is at the south node of the moon. That is a one of the past was, but it was. Is it at the past right now? Only if you bring the past to life. So don't look at it into the past. Don't look at it into the future because it has not come yet. All you have to do is communicate it into the communications and that fight between emotions and anger inside of you. When those two communicate and find out why you are angry about it, what are you mad about it, what do you want to fight about it, then through communications, there is at the best place they can be at Virgo. There is these divine energies with the North Node, the place you're going, the journey that leads you in there. And don't forget about it. If you don't have a written goal, how are you going to be reach it? Are you going to be focused on the problems or are you going to be focused on the solution? And that is the one solutions. For most of the people, we're not going to listen. That little voice from within that comes in and tells them the right thing. Okay? Your soul is going to be speaking to you. The energy is going to be pointing out that that's the only way. Nothing else is working. That's the only way. Listen to that. Listen to the intuitions. Feel these emotions is in there. And then with the good emotions, get to work. You're going to be amazed that if you do that, your workflow, it's going to be just straight up. You're going to be able to achieve for a short amount of time a big things. Because right now you have this action through the talking. Okay, let's talk, let's act. That is all about because the rest of it is not that greater. All right, the divine is stepping in as you see it. It's all kind of like a mixed mash, and the soup is spinning around in there as the ascendant is going into Libra. As soon as Venus is going to go there, you're going to be feeling it, that positive divine energies, but you're not there yet. Right now, you have to find the truth within you. You're discovering secrets for yourself. You're turning back into a time within your subconsciousness because Saturn is in Pisces, sending these divine energies into Venus through that love, guys. That love, when it comes in, it sends feedback into Saturn. I'm overcoming my limitations. I'm overcoming the situations that I am into. That energy is coming, guys. You're going to see it. But currently, what do? You're doing this job up here at Leo. So the next hour, which is going to be at 11 o'clock, very powerful energies of Leo that's going to comes in. Strength, courage, finding the places. Very powerful energies with Venus, and those energies with Venus right now, finding Jupiter, that is about you to grow at that love. It's time to grow it. It is time to overcome all this, rising above, awaken. But the people who have issues, they have cardinal changes that have to be with them. They got to be shaken up in the very cardinal levels. And this cardinal shaking up is going to come out. And it's going to hit like a rock. You're going to see it in the charts there. I believe that was like 4 p.m. All right. It's time to talk. We're talking about at noon. Who are you going to be talking at noon, though? First thing you're going to be talking at noon is when you punch out for a lunch break. Who are you going to talk to? Who's going to be that person in your mind that says like, oh my God, these things are crazy and nuts and so on? You're going to be talking to someone. You're going to be finding someone to talk to because this kind of like an energy that is floating around and it's within the collective is affecting everybody. And now you're like, what's wrong with everybody? That is what is wrong with everybody. Everybody have cardinal situations that needs to be fixed. You cannot continue going the same way and continue repeating the same things over and over. It's time to end the insanity. I always been acting like this. It's always been that way. I always been like this. Why did I have this again? Why I'm facing these issues again? You're facing them because you didn't understand them. To act and react in a different way. To find the solutions. All right, you guys know about it. This is a 1 o'clock. That is the energy of the hour. You've seen it within yourself. The sun right now, it is focused within Chiron. It's like I need to heal this authority of mine. It's like I don't know what I'm doing. Right now, I'm doing this. I need to do that. Then I need to do this. Then I have to go there. Then I gotta get there, and I don't know from where to start. You started first from within you. You started first right there. Then the depth within yourself, and it's like, wait a minute. Let's clear the table. Let's go back into the draw board. What I have done so far, what I can do about this, what I can do about that, what I gotta get about this, and what can I get with this. And now you start tackling these situations through that particular communication within yourself. But that is going to lead to a similar communications with everyone around you. You may have family problems, you may have personality problems, you may have relationship problems, you may have, of course, work problems. And now all this, it's kind of like a coming into like this kind of like a water spouts from heaven. I don't know if you've been seeing it, those water spouts. That's like a very dark clouds, and all of a sudden it's like you see like a big giant water just like shoom. That's how that heavy energy will be. All right, talking about 2 o'clock. This is gonna be that trigger from the past. You're gonna be feel like I've been there before. And if you are understanding that you've been there before, you know what took you to get out. Communications, talks, logic, intelligence, growing up, courage, strength, and a power. Because those energies, then they are gonna be just for a little bit. They're not gonna be permanent. And you know, storm is coming, you have to cover up. Water spouts gonna come, to make sure that your roof is okay. And with this kind of like an energy, particularly we're talking about the relationship. The past of the relationship is gonna be a huge trigger. All right, the energy is rising up again. You see it, the red lines up here. It's kind of like you see that the storm is coming. You see that something is really going on. And you cannot pinpoint it. Why? Because there is so many things. There is so many things are going on at this moment in there. And with that ascendant being at Sag, it will remind you about the yesterday. Have you done your job yesterday? Because if you have not done it today, you have to do today's job and the yesterday's job. Here is that pressure. Here is that pressure that if you're not doing the things that you need to do on a daily basis, your daily things inside of it, guess what? Those leftovers, it's coming and they bite you in your back. And now you're like, oh my God. But imagine you've been doing this for quite a few years, and now you understand that I cannot do this anymore. I need to make cardinal changes. Enough is enough. And that is it. Enough is enough. It's going to be pulled out. It's like, okay, let's make a deal. Today I'm going to be doing this, this, and this. I'm going to take a little part from yesterday's job, and I'm going to be doing this, this, this as today's job, and we're going to see about tomorrow. How about that? And now you put things in order. Yeah, you put things in order, but looking at the next hour, we're talking about 4 o'clock. Exactly, the moon is gonna be rising on the horizon, and you're gonna be, if you look at it in your 9 o'clock, you're gonna be able to kind of like a start seeing it. The moon is gonna come out probably about like we're talking about 4:20. She's gonna be there. And now, as the moon rising, you're looking at the intuition, but what do you see? What is it the intuition is telling you? I sense that ascendant is going to be helping with, like, hey, the communications, that's all that is. It is a communications. The people have to start having honest communications. And that is the greatest message of Virgo. Okay? The greatest message of Virgo. All right. With that being said, there you see it that in the next hour, of course, the divine is coming in. It's still heavy energies too, but there is always the divine helps somehow, some way. Your soul inside of you, it's like I can go through this. I can get into it. I'm walking. I'm not gonna stop. Where that comes from? Mars. I have a family. I need to fix myself. I have to do this for the family. I have to do this for the proper understanding of how I'm talking to who? To your partner. Because what did you happen in the past during those energies? You don't talk to your partner. You were angry because something happened at work. You cannot handle yourself. And you had that emotions that your job is the problem. You actually, because you did not sustain your true self within you. You allow those outside energies to affect you. And now that how you're gonna be able to handle it like a okay. That it's gonna be able to handle it as a pro. Is like wait a minute. I don't bring my work situation at home. I don't want to hear about your work situations. We're home. We gotta get in this. But since the problems is the problems, are they gonna be solved? Only thing it is within you. But the energy is gonna be supporting you. In the next hour, we're talking about 6 p.m. This midheaven there is at Sag. It's gonna be helping of that transitions of the north to the south node. Very powerful energies there. Um, Great things because right now the moon is sextiling Saturn. That is at about like I have to pass through these limits. Stop acting small. I'm a grown up. I'm a big. I can handle this. Because the last time I didn't handle, and I know what happened last time. Too much. Too much is going on, guys. All right. Yesterday's job again. Something wasn't finished. What it wasn't finished? 7 p.m. That energy there at 7 p.m. is you go home, right? Making dinner and so on and so on. But that pressure from the work, from the day, from everything is just boils. It's kind of like I don't want to, what I'm cooking for it. For the person who doesn't want to authorize anything and the person who is mad at me. And now you're mad because you're looking at yourself and you're looking at your partner and you're that mirrors. He's mirroring your madness and you're mirroring his madness. And that madness just keeps piles up. And that's how that energy is going to be increasing within the collective. Hi, Pallavi. Glad to see you here. And thank you. Thank you for the comment. Gladly that that will help. And here is we're talking about this 8 o'clock energy. As I said, you know, this particular cardinal changes call at 8 o'clock. You decided doing the things. You blowing that thing. You go into these negative emotions and just screaming, yelling, and so on. The anger isn't there, and nothing's gonna be achieved. Nothing. Why? Because those energies are squaring the south node. They're squaring in the north node. Yeah, kind of like just too much. I'm not gonna deal with these energies. I'm gonna surrender. I'm gonna be going out to the mountains, and I'm gonna be not doing anybody and anything. I don't want to hear anything. But then that anger, it's coming in there and just like trying to don't get to these physical situations. Okay, if there is something goes on, to just go out, walk out the way, but communications will be the key, and passing the proper communications. Okay, when somebody's talking to you, be a listener, be a good listener. Don't listen to reply, because during the replies, if somebody is angry at you and shows up this energy of Mars, it's like, oh, you didn't clean up, oh, you didn't wash up, you didn't do, what did you do all day? You're trying to figure it out your head. But Mars doesn't understand that. You try to figure out all those intense energies, right? And you're responding with that same negative energy. While you're like listening there, like waiting for Mars to calm down. You handling this Mars today particularly for it, you're gonna be able to handle it, everything in your life. You handle like your anger, gonna be able to handle it a lot more things in your life. It all begins with that anger, and especially anger within the family is not a good thing. All right, 9 o'clock is coming. Midheaven is at Capricorn. You see these divine energies with Jupiter. That's what I'm saying. Those who's gonna be growing up, those who's overcoming this anger, they're gonna grow up. And there is this divine energies toward Jupiter. Jupiter right now, a very beautiful sextile with Chiron. You healing at the old patterns, and you put the love back in there. Why? Because right now the ascendant shows up towards Venus, and from the Saturn comes in this divine energies towards Venus. Venus is gonna be very powerful. You may not feel in it the love, you may not feel in it the people's love, and so on. It's kind of like none of your feelings are in the right mood, in the right place. Why? You're going through a tower moment. You're going through a internal process of re-evolutionizing yourself in a so deep mental level. And now with all that stuff that it comes in, they show you the truth that you be living in life. Okay, so Mars creating situations, the Lilith with the North create the past, it's repeating itself, and you have this emotions that it comes in. It's like, I cannot handle it, because the emotions thirsty on energy, the energy inside of you, okay, within your bones, within your brain, in there, that energies, they are emitting. You become making it a magnetic field. That magnetic field is gonna attract, or it's gonna be pushed. So if you have that negative energies around you, and you're trying to talk to people in a nicely way, and they're like, I don't want to talk to you, and you wonder why, because that energy is inside of you, right? But if you have the proper communications, the proper energies that it comes in right now, you're going to be finding out there is something much more larger within you. The power of listening to your spirit in your soul, and overcoming the human reactions inside of you. Okay, talking about 10 o'clock, very, very beautiful energies. That's going to be the midheaven, very close to Pluto. Now Mars and Mercury getting into that positions, is like everything gets started calming down. You listen at the soul and the spirit, and right here on the horizon, it start developing the synchronized energies. Okay, This is a when you kind of like, okay, if the bad thing happen, bad thing have to happen. Okay, what should I do to keep going forward in life? How I'm gonna be making it? How I'm gonna be doing it in there? Work. You don't like the work. Nobody likes to work, but everyone have their expectations that somebody's gonna do the work. But if it's for you, your personal work, your personality, your spirituality, your soul, the connections that it's right there, you within you, between the soul and the spirit and the mind. Who has to do the job? You. Also, this guy here that is talking to you. I'm not excluded out of that. All right. Talking about 11 o'clock, things, of course, is going to be, kind of like digging up, but the inner work is going to be showing you like focus of this new energies that it's got. And a lot of you already feel the Age of Aquarius energies. Okay, and those energies going to be asking you to renovate yourself, to understand by fixing yourself, you're going to be able to work, cooperate with others, and that's going to bring in it to the situations. What can we do together? And when a one team gets together and each one of it get assignment and they go out and they fix the stuff, they can do the yesterday's job and the today's job very, very well. Is that going to happen? If you're holding a grudges, it won't happen. If you're putting this Mars that's rising in the horizon, and here is you laying down in the bed at midnight, turning around. I don't like this, I don't like that. I don't like these emotions, I don't like these situations, and so on and so on. You're going to be able to wake up the same way in the morning. So take your time. Man, somebody doesn't want me to talk about this. Woo! A lot of chakra blockages up here. Ooh. Yeah, we're talking about those subconscious patterns. Midheaven is going to be at Pisces, and that energy of the divine energies from the past is coming. So take a look at it within your past. Did you be angry at the family? Have you hurt somebody? Have you not done the job that you should have done it before? Have you did the service that you should have done? And why today you're dealing with the same positions? And some of you may be understanding all the stress, work, intensity for it, because it's time. It's time for shift. It's time for changes. And this is what I was talking about, that when once Pluto entering Capricorn, things is gonna get rough, because there is a lot of unfinished job. We haven't let it go of certain patterns, certain processes. They're particularly embedded within us. It doesn't matter from others, from relationships, and so on and so on. Okay? But it's the matter of fact that if you took the time today to get over these emotions and anger combined together for it, you're going to be able to win over yourself. You're going to be able to grow. You're going to be able to change the patterns inside of you for good for the rest of your life. And I hope that's what you're about to do. Okay, guys? So I'm looking more for your comments. If you have any questions right now, you may ask for it. Andrea, thank you for coming in. And if not questions, let's share the love and the light. And I will see you the next time. Thank you so much for watching. Here are some hearts of love for you guys. Don't forget about it. Love always wins. Be loved.